One of the biggest decisions you'll have to make early on is whether you want to go into business alone or with a partner. Some people don't like the idea of divvying up all the fortune and fame, so they may decide. Others like the idea of having another person to bounce ideas off of, or to cover for them when they're sick, which is why it's pretty common for people to go into business with a friend.
Not just a friend. A partner.
There's no clear better choice, and a lot of it comes down to personal preference. Let's first explore the pros and cons of going solo or with partners. First of all, you have the freedom to make all business decisions. If you want the food truck to be white, you won't have to debate for hours with a partner who wants to be black. You won't have to get your partner's permission before you give your employees a raise. You can shut down your truck for a few days during Christmas instead of trying to convince your workaholic partner to rest. Basically, there'll be almost no fighting because you report to nobody but yourself. Second, you get to keep all the profits. This may not mean much in the beginning when you might barely be breaking even. But once your truck starts netting hundreds of thousands of dollars, you might be glad you don't have to hand over half of it every year to your partner. This is especially important if you plan to do a cash-only business, because it means you'll probably be holding tons of cash in a safe somewhere. Your partner might be your friend, but do you know for a fact that he won't do anything funny when he has access to tens of thousands of dollars in untraceable cash?
Everybody betrayed me. I'm fed up with this world.
Third, you get all the fame. You alone will be the face of the company. If you make it big, people will know your name.
This is fame, bro.
There are plenty of newspapers, magazines, and TV stations all interested in successful food businesses. Unfortunately, going solo isn't all rainbows and butterflies. First, you'll have to cover all the startup costs yourself. If you end up borrowing money and your business fails, you'll be 100% responsible. With a partner, you would have to cover only half of the startup costs and only half of the debt that you take on. Second, you are responsible for everything. If an employee calls out sick, you alone have to pick up all the slack. If you're sick, you'll have to either cancel service or try to suck it up and make it till the end of the day.
No, I cannot get sick right now. There's Kendra's birthday and the baby shower, and with this move, I just cannot get sick right now. I have to finish typing this.
That's it. I'm taking you home.
You did this to me!
You'll also have to come up with all the recipes, handle all the paperwork, and manage all those employees all by yourself. Third, you won't have any other opinions or perspectives to go by when you come up with ideas or make decisions. Sure, you could ask your employees what they think, but they won't know nearly as much as a business partner would. I started both of my businesses with partners, so I may be a bit biased, but if you can find a great partner, I believe the benefits will far outweigh any potential downsides in the long run. If you have a few potential candidates in mind, see how they act in a work environment or any environment in which there are multiple fires to put out. Do they handle themselves in a calm and rational manner? Do they prioritize finding a solution or finding someone to blame?
It's all your fault.
Do they do more listening or more talking?
Is a scam.
Gotcha. So,
and
Mr.
now on top of it,
All right, Mr. President.
of course, the fake news.
Okay,
And he wants to make a trade deal.
And if I could just-
Brian, one thing before I get off that statement.
Right.
And I said, who made that statement?
Right,
He
Mr.
made
President.
it up. And then after he got caught, 3 days later, he started saying parody.
Right.
The
Mr.
thing I
President.
did that was right.
This is obviously not an exhaustive list, but it should give you a general sense of the things you should be asking yourself before committing to a partner. Because once the honeymoon phase is over, you'll begin to see your partner's flaws, and that's when the fighting will begin. Both the best and the worst partnerships in history often involve friends deciding to start a business together. Oftentimes the partnership starts out strong, but once the initial rush of passion and inspiration wear off, one may start to resent the other for a variety of reasons.
Anakin, you're breaking my heart.
For Microsoft, it was an issue of one partner putting in more hours of work than the other. It's been said that Bill Gates has always been an extreme workaholic, while his partner Paul Allen had more of a work hard, play hard mentality. This eventually caused a rift between the two, and they ended up not speaking to each other for years until right before Allen's death. For Facebook, one partner realized that the other was expendable or replaceable. Eduardo Saverin was Facebook's original CFO, but as the company grew, Mark Zuckerberg increasingly relied on others within the company for finance matters, and eventually tried to kick out his former friend. They eventually settled out of court. For McDonald's, the partners had very different visions for the business. Although McDonald's was started by the McDonald's brothers, it was Ray Kroc who brought the franchise model to McDonald's and turned it into a fast food behemoth. But early on, Kroc and the brothers clashed over lots of things, like new menu items, future expansion plans, and so on. Eventually, Kroc got all the fame and full control over the franchises, and the McDonald's brothers got a measly payout.
That's it.
That's why it's also absolutely necessary to draft a partnership contract that outlines what happens if one or more partners want outs. Put in a clause that allows the remaining member or members to buy out all the ownership shares of the partner who wants to leave, based on whatever formula you all agree to. Otherwise, if the partnership breaks up while business is booming, be prepared for a very long and very expensive legal battle. I'll cover free and low-cost legal services at the end of Chapter 10. Ideally, your partner will complement your strengths and make up for your weaknesses, kind of like a singer-rapper duo.
Move your body close to mine.
Come on, move your body. Come on, move your body.
I try to concentrate, my mind wants to explore.
To explore.
No doubt you look so fine. Whoa, girl, I wanna make you mine.
Yeah, come on.
If you feel like you don't have any particular strengths, don't worry, it's totally normal. Instead, think about which parts of the food truck business interest you more than others. Consider the following area for starters. Operations, which includes the physical work on the truck, cooking, cleaning, inventory. Finance, which is anything related to money, including rent, accounting, salaries. Legal, which includes contracts, insurance, workers' comp. Human resources, which includes employee management, hiring, training. Marketing, which includes social media, organizing your website, taking photos. Some parts of the business will overlap with others, like operations and human resources. By handling human resources, you basically have to also be good at operations, because you'll be training new employees on the truck. Finance and legal also overlap frequently because lots of legal decisions, like signing a rental agreement or a workers' comp contract, involve money. Also keep in mind that on a day-to-day basis, 90% of your time will be devoted to operations because, at least in the beginning, you'll be working full-time on your truck.
All night long.
You and your partners may have the same interests, which is totally fine as well. If that's the case, you can split the duties that you both like, and then each choose an equal number of tasks that you both hate. In the end, if there's nobody around you that you feel like would make a decent partner, or if you feel like the best path for you is going solo, go for it. There are lots of entrepreneurs who have built very successful businesses without partners. Just look at one of the OGs of the modern food truck trend, Roy Choi, who started the Kogi food truck in LA, or Colonel Sanders, who founded KFC, arguably the most famous fried chicken chain in the world. The only big thing that you'll need to do differently is to hire people from the start and to promote someone to a managerial position ASAP.